So welcome to day 109, scaling my marketing agency to 10k a month. Quite a massive video because as you would have seen from my kind of couple of previous videos, even in the last week or so I've been non-stop kind of talking about this is my 10th to last shift, 5th, whatever. As of recording this, and as you would have seen from yesterday's video was technically recorded this morning, which was my last ever shift at Audi and maybe of employment. I'm going to go outside on a walk during this video, so I shall record out here while I'm on a little walk. But yeah, essentially, I am out of the workforce. I completed my last shift today, and that's it now in terms of what you can see behind me. My window was that window, literally like right there. Wait, that's my window there. But yeah, like, crazy to think that I've been up here almost 7 months now, and like every single thing that has happened between then and now, essentially, like when I came here, I had like more, I had more questions than answers, and I think in some ways I still do, but very different questions in terms of kind of a year ago today, I was at university. I imagine, would have just finished my second term and preparing to go back for the third and do some exams. I think they still gave some lessons or some classes, like lectures and seminars and things before it fully ended, but I was depressed. I was not really happy with kind of my life or the direction it was going in, because I knew that I just wasn't essentially I just wasn't fulfilling my potential, and what I knew that essentially I wanted to do with my life. And now we skip forward to today, where so it was technically when I officially started the business in terms of the records on Companies House go back to the end of June, and then the kind of whole of July it was a lot of just looking around, trying to work out how to start. And then August is when I properly started, where I was actively forcing myself to do like 100 cold calls a day. I was started to work with my mentor, who I was able to meet from Hornchurch, who then was obviously living in Hornchurch at his parents' house still, and now is doing amazingly. He's out in Dubai. I'm pretty sure last month he did between 60 and 80k in sales. Like, he's doing like ridiculously well for himself, and really happy for him. And when I start hitting good revenue months and having a bit of spare cash for myself, I'll go out and see him wherever he is. If he's out obviously in Dubai, obviously where he lives, if it's obviously safer than it is now with everything that's going on and the uncertainty, I'll go out and see him. But essentially, and by the way, look at this fucking place. Like, this is genuinely like the most like beautiful place. And isn't it so ironic that I'm only realising that just now when I'm literally about to leave? Like, what am I talking about? But essentially the timeline from now is that tomorrow I'm going to do pretty much a full day's work, and then leave at about 3 o'clock, about 3:30 I think. I'm leaving the house to walk or potentially cycle, because I've got the bike. I might just take it home with me to the station, and I will be off. Now, there's a lot of things that I need to work out exactly like what to do before then, because realistically I need to cook myself some meals for tomorrow and then take all my cooking, you know, equipment, paraphernalia, whatever, over to a charity shop because I'm not keeping any of that. And so, you know, got to find out something to do with it. And then from there, that'll be it. I'll be moved out of this house. This is the last video that you will see from this location. If you see from me now, it's like about 8 o'clock as well. It's really nice, but I'm starting to think, like, if it's like this here, imagine my videos in a couple of days' time going for a walk down by the fucking beach in Shoebury or wherever. So it's gonna be really good. I'm starting to think about things like, do I want to start running again? How am I going to spend my time? Now that I'm completely full-time on the business, I'm potentially going to be taking more sessions with my mentor, like 3 sessions maybe of you know, full kind of how to scale and what exactly it is that I need to do next. So I'm going to go through that process and speak to him. Once I'm back there, I'll kind of book that in and sort out, obviously paying him for that in a couple of days time when I'm kind of there and sorted and don't have to worry about any of it. But yeah, I think I guess the main message around it is that it's kind of come around so quickly in terms of arriving, you know, 6 or like pushing 7 months now, and now I'm here and tomorrow I won't be. I think, like I've said a lot, sorry the SD card went out there, but like I've said a fair amount, because I've been so on it and just thinking constantly about the business and everything to do with it, it's almost like I haven't had a second to breathe. And I think me being able to go back to, you know, where I'm from, and also to a place which, as long as I don't allow myself to be, you know, tempted because I've got friends there to be going out all the time, which I won't. The great thing is that I can have weekends where, you know, on a Sunday or even on a Friday or Saturday night for a few hours, I can see my mates that are free on that weekend, you know, and I can just say like they would that I'm working Monday to Friday until about 6 p.m. So not, you know, I'm not gonna see them or be speaking to them in those times. But yeah, I just think, wow, the fact that I don't have that part-time job anymore. And something else I wanted to talk about that's pretty fucking crazy about it is that I found out confirmation today that my boss wanted to promote me. Essentially, when I started working there, I joined at exactly the same time as another guy who was pretty on it as well, in terms of, you could tell we're both you know, driven people. We had aspirations in the workforce. I wanted to be successful in what it is that, you know, we were doing. And obviously when I went in there, he knew I was working on my business and everything. I suppose he didn't realise obviously how serious it was and what my kind of dreams and beliefs were in terms of where I could take it. So he wasn't, you know, asking me too much about that or saying too much about it. But we both joined at the same time, and then he both offered us a promotion literally right at the same time. What was kind of funny about that was that obviously I didn't actually know that, in terms of, he didn't actually offer me the promotion because he just didn't mention anything, because he knew that as more time went on, that's all I would speak about, and the fact that things were going better and I'd employed someone to help me with service delivery and everything like that. So he didn't, but I received confirmation today that that's what his plan was. And he was kind of saying to us, within a year after that, we would be able to become ASMs, which is in Audi, assistant store manager, which that salary is about 40 to 45k. Which obviously isn't crazy high. Actually in the UK at the moment, the 40k is average salary. But I think, yeah, I mean, people are going and doing degrees at Russell Group and coming out with crazy debt to kind of hope that they'll be able to go and earn that kind of amount of money. But the fact that within a year he was saying that essentially in a year's time from now, or maybe 2 years from now, whatever, I'd be able to earn, 45 grand, was just kind of like, it was weird because I was thinking about it and I was like, damn, like there was a path there. And then it also made me realise, like, fuck, like in a year or 2 years I could be doing that a month with this business. And I think that made me happy to have like the fact that I was thinking like that, in terms of I had faith in myself. I wasn't dialing myself down in terms of what was my abilities and capabilities. And so that made me pretty happy. But yeah, I mean, I was actually really, not like nervous, but like I do still have a bit of unease about me at the moment, in terms of like, oh, I've quit this job, like it's business, that's all it is, and everything. But it's, even while speaking on this, I'm realising like it's a really exciting new chapter of kind of my journey that I'm entering, and honestly I'm really excited for it.